Hi, I'm Bob Badley. I'm 25 years old. I live in Richland, Washington. Work. To understand my geekiness, you have to understand a little bit about where I work. I work in a national laboratory. It's called Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. We do cutting-edge research on all kinds of stuff. My job is to sit in meetings with PhDs and crazy scientists and listen to them describe their problems, and then go back to my office and write software that solves it. So I do all kinds of fun stuff. One of the projects that I'm on is really similar to what, if you've seen Minority Report with Tom Cruise, where he's got this video wall and he manipulates the video by using his fingers. We have something very much like that, except that it's a table with video on the table, and we move our hands over the table instead. We can place objects on it, and it recognizes the objects. We have voice recognition, so you can just say commands. It's pretty cool stuff. Hobbies. I have a few hobbies. First one is probably dancing. I love dancing. It's kind of odd because in high school, I was the guy who was looking out at the dance floor and thinking, this is stupid. I can't imagine anybody wanting to participate in this mating ritual. And then I tried it, and I kind of liked it, and so I continued. And then I started to get into break dancing, and then in college I started ballroom dancing, and I've just been doing all kinds of dancing. Around here, though, the ballroom dancing is not as much fun as I'd like. It turns out that the people who do ballroom dancing are the old ladies, and so I often dance with the old ladies and listen to them tell me about their kids in college, and it's just not as much fun as I'd like. Another hobby of mine is computers and electronics and software, basically anything tech. I do all kinds of stuff with computers and electronics, stuff that most people have probably never heard of and wouldn't understand, which is a little sad because I love talking about my work, and I could talk for hours to anybody about what I do. And then sports. I'm into a few sports. I like disc golf, which is kind of like regular golf except you throw a frisbee instead. I go skiing when I can. I like to skydive too. I haven't had as many jumps as I'd like. It's hard to find the time to go out and jump, but I really like skydiving, and it's not about the rush so much as it is about learning a new skill and trying to perfect the nuances of jumping out of a plane and landing safely. Geekiness. I am a true geek. I am good with all things tech. I take stuff apart, I put new things back together, I intrinsically understand how pretty much everything is made. It comes naturally to me. I love fixing things and playing with everything. It's just who I am. I love to learn new skills too. Cooking, dancing, skydiving, they're all things that I just want to learn how to do better. Everything to me is like that. I love learning anything that I can. Third, all the things that I did in high school. I was in math competitions, I did the science fair, science bowl, academic bowl, honor society, all the different bands like pep bands and marching bands and symphonic bands and jazz bands. I was in all the geeky stuff in high school and a bit of that in college too. Girls. I am always just a friend. The sign of a true geek is that he is just a nice guy and doesn't understand why no girls like him. And finally, I'm smart and funny. I'm really smart, and to work where I do, you have to be. And to have gotten where I have, you have to be. So, and as far as funny goes, well, it's the corny kind of funny. All kinds of puns, obscure references to movies nobody's ever seen. I watched all of the Twilight Zone episodes. All of them, the originals and the next version that happened, I think, in the 80s, just so that I would have a base of things that I've seen that I could refer to. And Twilight Zone is referred to in all sorts of things. In fact, going back and watching Simpsons episodes, you'll see tons of references to Twilight Zone episodes. I'm a real geek. So why should I be on Beauty and the Geek? Well, first, I'd like to get out of Richland for a while and remind myself what it's like to be with young, single people who aren't talking about their kids or their home improvement plans or how excited they are to have reached their 5 years and gotten another week of vacation out of it. I'd also like to show the world a modern, refined geek who never even gets a chance with the ladies and can't figure out why. I don't understand it. And third, I'd like to understand the modern beauty and learn what they want and what they're all about.